I'm Huệ Quyên, coming from Foreign Trades University based in Ho Chi Minh City. Today, I want to talk about a question that has stayed with me for a long time. That is, if love is felt but never said, is shown but never spoken, then is it still love or just something we hope the other person will guess? Like many of you, I both given and received love, yet still felt like alone and disconnected in my own relationship. In other words, I stood under the same moon with my partner, but somehow it felt like we were feeling two different lives. From my own perspective, I imagine that love is like the moon. Always home, always there, but not always visible. Because there are nights when the moon shines brightly in the sky, but there are also nights it hides in the shadows. And love can hide too. In silence, in unspoken effort, it can still be there, but sometimes invisible because it doesn't always arrive in the form that we can recognize. And now, let's play a game to fully visualize it. And look at the light around you right now. Then, raise your hand and block a part of your vision, like this. The light is still there, isn't it? But can you feel that it's a little bit like weaker and dimmer right now? That's the case. That's when love is still there, but it isn't expressed in a way that we can understand. It's still there, but out of reach. To explain this phenomenon, I want to mention a theory called 5 Languages of Love, developed by Gary Chapman. As I go through each one, I would like to invite you to ask yourself, which one is yours? So, number 1, words of affirmation. Let's say it out loud. I love you, I need you, you are my word to your darling. And number 2, acts of service, like helping your partner do little things, fix things without being asked. All is your willingness and your actions. And number 3, receiving gifts, like small or thoughtful things like flowers and roses on birthday or on anniversary. And number 4, also my favorite, is the quality time. Just no distractions, no phones, just 2 people sitting next to each other and watching the time go by. It's romantic. And number 5, physical touch, like a hug, a hand holding, like skinship, like the gentle connection from skin to skin. So, what is your answer? What is your love language? I guess there are many answers because all of us have different love languages. Of course, it's a great idea if you and your partner have the same one because love can grow naturally and grow smoothly. But what happens when you are speaking one and your partner is looking for another one? That's when emotional misalignment happens. Not the absence of love. It's the disconnect in how the love is expressed. Let me share with you guys my own story about this situation. Like in the past, I used to love a person who, really struggled to show his emotions because he had deep wounds in the past where feelings weren't safe enough to share with anyone else. So he just did little things for me, like fixing things or waiting for me after work. But I needed words. I needed warmth. I needed more. And over time, I felt so lonely. I felt so alone in the connection, even to the point where I felt like we were not suitable for each other. We had so many conflicts, and the connection felt so super stressful at that time. And can you guess the result? Of course, we ended up. Not because we no longer had feelings, but because we spoke different love languages and neither of us knew how to translate it. For a while, I was angry. I blamed myself and I blamed him. I blamed God. But gradually, I started to realize and recognize that maybe we don't choose how we love. It's chosen for us instead. For example, Some of us make way for words because we rarely heard them in our childhood or in our family. But some of us, like really great for touch because we were scared to be left alone or to be ghosted. We all carry these patterns into the relationships and hoping that maybe someday someone will come and hear our own love language inside. And just like the moon always washes and warms, our way of loving is also shaped by the lights and the shadows that we live through. So, from my example, from my situation, and all the things I mentioned before, I would like to go back to the question I began with. It is love still love if it's never said, never spoken, or never received? Maybe. But that kind of love can disappear quietly, leaving one person loving and one another wondering. We must change. We need to change this kind of approach to the love and need to understand that love isn't just something we feel inside, but the thing that we can carry on and pass on and deliver to the other person. Because imagine if your love never reaches your person, then what's you kind of holding on? Just nothing. So, all I want to say is that we don't need to love more. We need clearer ways to express our love. Like, for example, communicating clearly and openly to your partner about your love language, and especially, most importantly, finding a person, a soulmate who can accept it and live in harmony with it. That's when love can feel like home, and even when fading for a while, it can also find a way back to the light. Thank you.